What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video, and today we are going to talk about the things that I love about the Ram TRX. In the last video I found 5 things to complain about, so of course we've got to change that up with the 5 biggest things that I love about this thing. So I guess the biggest thing right behind me that I love about this thing is the look and appearance of it. Now, with the big, huge wide body flares, the hood scoop, the unique grille, wheels, tires, vents, everything about the TRX looks a little bit more special than a normal Ram or Rebel or whatever you want to call it. It just has a really big aggressive presence to the thing while you are out on the road. And they're currently still new enough that you do get a lot of looks and people when you're out on the road or when you're stopped at a gas station. You have a lot of people come up to you and want to know what it is, or if they already know what it is, they want to take a look at it because there's not too many of them on the roads, at least in my area. Now, the next thing that is really cool about the TRX is the intake and exhaust noise. Like any Hellcat vehicle, you've got the super loud supercharger whine when you accelerate. Even at a moderate pace, it is super loud, super intoxicating, and it just makes you want to push the gas even further down. And for the exhaust, they did a really good job on making it loud enough but yet still sound great in the vehicle. So we'll do a little quick remote start if you haven't heard one yet. Yeah, I don't think that noise ever gets old when you start this thing up cold. It sounds super good, super loud, very deep, mean, makes all the right noises for a big, huge truck going down the road. So next we're going to jump in this thing and talk about the next thing that I really do like about this truck. And that would be the interior. Now, of course, this is very similar to any other Highline new Dodge Ram DT body style out there, but it is just a super, super nice place to be. Even with this truck being a level 1 group truck, you still have the leather and suede seats, the full leather wrapped steering wheel here. You've got the paddle shifters, which are actually nice aluminum, or at least aluminum covered, because they're nice and cool when you grab them for the first time. The big configurable instrument cluster that you can move the different gauges around. You can have different temperatures displayed or mile per gallon. And even to the door panels, you've just got suede and leather everywhere on this thing. And like I said, this truck is even just the level 1 group truck, because the level 2 has a almost identical interior, but it does have the cooled seats and a few other little creature comforts that this one doesn't have, but the interior is all the same. This one does also have the 19 speaker sound system, which sounds awesome also. And another kind of quick cool thing is your auxiliary switches that you can wire up to whatever you want for additional lighting, an air compressor, just whatever you can think of. Now guys, last but not least, the most, I guess to me, impressive thing about the TRX is the ride quality. It is by far the most smoothest riding half-ton truck I have ever been in. It just floats down the road. Even big jarring bumps that you would normally feel, it just smooths them out. Every time I drive this thing, I am always blown away at how smooth this truck drives down the road and takes bumps with. Now, I have not been in a Gen 2 Raptor to compare. Are they the same? Do they feel better, worse? I really don't know. My buddy did have a Gen 1 Raptor, which of course was an awesome desert truck also, but this thing is outrageous on how smooth it is. Now, obviously in the front, you can see the Bilstein active terrain dynamics shocks here with the remote reservoirs, electronic bypass valves. And then again, in the rear, you've got those Bilsteins working their magic. And the cool thing with the active dampers, and again, the Ford Raptor Gen 2s with the new live valve suspension are also a very similar system. But with the TRX, you can cycle through the different modes and really feel how stiff or not the suspension becomes. In the auto mode, it truly does float down the road, but there is a even softer Baja suspension setting that you can run the truck in and have the thing even more float and a little bit more squish to it. And it really kind of feels a lot more pre-runner trophy truck with having a little bit more softer dampening when you're going over bumps. But again, you can click the thing into sport mode and have the shocks stiffen up and have a even better handling truck if you are zipping through some corners and doing things that you normally wouldn't do with a big, huge truck. It is truly, truly versatile on how good that ride is and how different you can make it by just a quick button push on the dash. And I guess one little bonus thing that I'm going to throw in here is how well the thing does tow. Now, obviously with any of the big desert trucks, it's going to sag or squat in the back when you put a load on it, and it does do that really, really offensively. But with that power and torque, the thing just tows happily down the road, other than your fuel gauge quickly moving down. But if you can get over that fact, it really is an awesome tow vehicle. So guys, I didn't want to leave off with the last video with me just complaining about the truck. I wanted to do a kind of a follow-up video here talking about the things that I really, really do love about this truck and what makes it feel really special driving down the road. Because it does, at least to me, feel a little bit more special than every other vehicle, or every other truck, I should say, going down the road. It just makes you feel like you've got something a little bit more capable, special, powerful, all those cool words than every other half-ton truck going down the road. And it kind of is right now. It's kind of the top dog. We'll see what Ford brings out next year with the Raptor R, see what the competition is from Ford. But for now, it is the big top dog. It's fun to be able to be out driving the thing around, tearing around the streets, and eventually we're gonna get this thing off-road and play with it like it's meant to be. So guys, as always, thank you guys for watching, and we will catch you guys next time.